Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas. Well, early Merry Christmas. It's still like a week or till. Hola, and welcome, everyone. This is so exciting. Welcome to the second Isaac News Today, where I am here to answer your questions. And so let's get down to business. But before we do, this is Isaac News Today. Thank you. Yes, I love this sweater too. Yes, I just got it. It was a gift from Santa. He was in GameStop with me, and I told him I loved this. It's a Zelda sweater, and he knew my exact size and everything. So it was wonderful. So where we're going first today, though, is I need to give some interesting news to you guys. And the first bit of information is that the popsicle is 115 years old. Like, it was invented in 1905, and according to History.com, now, none of these frozen delicacies had a handle, an invention credited to young Frank Epperson. Frank was just a boy in 1905 in Oakland, California, when one night he accidentally left a glass filled with water, powdered soda mix, and a wooden stick for stirring outside overnight. And when young Frank found the glass in the morning, the soda mixture was frozen solid. So he ran the glass under hot water and removed the ice pop using the stick as a handle. Frank knew he had a great idea on his hands, and he kept making the pops for his friends. And when he became an adult, he made them for his own children. In 1923, Epperson filed for a patent for his invention. Up until then, he had been calling the frozen treats Epsicles, but his children insisted on calling them Popsicles. The latter name stuck, and the popsicle was born. So with that fun fact for the day, we are going to go to the dojo. I'm really excited for this, you guys, because we have a great show for you tonight, because we had like 9 people last time. Now we have 12. So we are growing, and I am so excited to answer your questions. So let's get into that. Our first question tonight comes from Mabel. Thank you, Mabel. And she would like some advice. Her question is, do you ever get a brain freeze when you eat ice cream? If not, how do you prevent it? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret, Mabel. I like letting my ice cream melt. I find that's when it's the best, and I never get any brain freeze. So that's delicious there. And in regards to getting a brain freeze, my father, every time he eats ice cream, and I mean every time, he gets a brain freeze. So go slow and just enjoy it for what it is. Savor the flavor. That's how I would advise against brain freezes. All right, so then moving on. Also, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat, and I will be happy to answer your questions as well. But for right now, here we go. Our second person today is named Polly. Hi, Polly. And she would like advice as well. I'm assuming it might be a parrot, so I don't know. But is it okay to break the speed limit if you are running late? Polly, you got a serious problem right here. And I am happy to impart my wisdom to you. So, is it okay to break the speed limit if you're running late? No, you are totally not allowed. But, okay, to be honest, what you have to do is break the law the right way. That's what I would say. Because when you're driving, they more than likely won't stop you if you're going 3 miles over the speed limit. And if they stop you, they're in the right. But if you're gonna speed, you just gotta break it the right way. That's my advice to you, Polly. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. And then Alflorine Hames asks me, do I have a heater up there? And yes, I do. My brain is using a lot of brain power right now, as you can clearly tell by my vocabulary. But all right, our third question comes from Senorita. Well, hello, Senorita. And she would like some advice. She asks, how do you handle difficult customers who never seem to be satisfied with the service or food you provide? This hits close to me, guys, because I worked in the quick service industry with Chick-fil-A. And there weren't very many customers. We call them guests. But there are some who are never satisfied. And you have to realize that's not just with food. That's with everything in life. So, how do you handle them? Keep calm, take a deep breath, and handle it the best way you can. Different situations call for different advice. That's what I would say. So, thank you very much for your question, senorita. I greatly appreciate it. Our fourth one today comes from Friend. I wonder if it's the same friend from last time, but they would like advice. Do you have any budget tips? And I see in the comment people saying anyone who doesn't like Chick-fil-A is wrong. I would agree with that. And Andrew Clark says, I know how to satisfy those people. I think we all know how to satisfy those people, but we have to repress that urge, especially during this time of year. But advice for budget tips. You got to be honest with yourself. I don't know what your specific situation in life is, friend, but you just got to say, this is how much I have, and this is what I'm going to do with it. Because your money can either disappear or you can tell your money where to go. I think that's a quote from Dave Ramsey. So look him up for how to budget. I'm not a master at it, but yeah, that's all I would say. Organize, organize, organize. Thank you very much, friend. All right, so moving on. Our fifth one comes from Socks. I love that name. I love Socks, so that's awesome. And they say, what are some ways I can encourage my friends in this socially distant time? Great question. Especially during this holiday season, it's really interesting how we can be close. But using Zoom is a great way to do that. I Zoom with multiple people throughout the week. And all you can do is realize someone's life is worse than yours right now. So keep calm, pray. If you're so inclined, I am. Pray, keep calm, and you got to realize you got to put more energy into it too, because everyone needs a recharge. And so you just got to give that energy. Thank you very much, Socks. All right, moving on. Stanley. Well, hello there, Stanley. Hi, Life Sensei. I really enjoyed your last video. Oh, thank you. I'm having a hard time sleeping lately, and it makes me tired during the day. Do you have any advice for how to get some good quality sleep? Well, it's my pleasure. I've actually been having a hard time sleeping too. And what's been helping me the most is finding something you're familiar with. So a lot of these like quiet sounds apps, like it makes it sound like you're in the woods. And that terrifies me because I don't like sleeping in the woods anyway, so that doesn't help me. But what I found is YouTube videos I've watched so many times that I can predict the lines and I know when the sounds are going to be. I just put on a playlist of videos I know and I just sleep to that. Or I will just put on this YouVersion app that just reads the Bible, and that is so calming. But I try not to use that because I don't want to fall asleep when the Bible is being read. That I feel builds a bad habit, but that's just me. Anyway, and the trick is trying to stay awake. Yes, Jordan, that is correct. Well, thank you, Stanley. I greatly appreciate it. All right, moving on. Tinkerbell. Ooh, okay. If it's 0 degrees outside today and it's supposed to be twice as cold tomorrow, how cold is it going to be? So I got to confess, Tinkerbell, I read your question early, and so I looked it up, and it's crazy. Hi there, Kathy. How you doing? Anyway, but to answer your question, it depends on your measurement because... Oop, just hit my microphone stand there. Sorry. But if it's 0 degrees and it's twice as cold, that is impossible if you're using Kelvin, because 0 in Kelvin is absolute zero, albeit the coldest it can be. But for Celsius and Fahrenheit, it varies. I think Celsius, like -0 or 0 and twice as cold as that would be like -112. And for Fahrenheit, it would be -200 degrees. So that's how cold it would be, I would say. And I've experienced -100 before. So in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. That would be so cold. All right. That was a very good question, though. And next up, also from Tinkerbell, maybe it's a different one, I'm not sure. But if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? There are so many things, Tinkerbell, I think we all would want to change in the world right now. But I'm going to try and keep it light. And so what I would say, first off, for my serious answer would be I wish everyone could calm down and communicate, because that's the problem I see right now everywhere. No one is listening to each other. As soon as someone gives a contrary opinion, they're just like, oh, well, that's nice, but I don't care. And it's like, if everyone could just calm down and listen, that's what I would change about the world today. But what I think is more possible is I want banana flavored milk mix to come back to the US because I miss it so much. I miss banana milk. I get cravings. And Kathy says, I just opened the door to see if it's cold out. Well, it probably is. It is December. I hope you are staying warm with some cocoa. This next one comes from Bonka Bin. And they say, what is the best advice you've been given? How do you curb a sugar addiction? And what's your favorite travel destination? Okay, calm down, Blanca Ben. Okay, I will answer that. And Andrew says, I miss the different colored ketchups. So do I, but red is the best color, as you can tell by my background. So, yeah, I don't really miss them. But, okay. The best advice I've been given, don't take life too seriously, because life is too short to be taken seriously. That one I have to get told all the time because I don't listen to it. How do you curb a sugar addiction? You have to want it. You have to want to not have any sugar, and that is not me. So I've never actually gotten over my sugar addiction, but that's how you would do it. And then what's your favorite travel destination? Home. Home is where the heart is, and that's all I want to go to. So anywhere that you can have time to yourself and just be able to ask yourself the serious questions of the universe. That's what I would say. Moving on. Also, thank you, Bonka Ben, for your questions. I really appreciate it. Ivan the Truthful. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I like the shells and cheese version of mac and cheese. Now they have gone and made a Cheetos brand of the product. I mean, what is up with that? Do people know that the company uses underage cheetahs to make their product? At least that is what I heard. Anyway, my question is simple. Why didn't they just use the eagles to take the ring to Mount Doom in Lord of the Rings? Seems to me that would have saved a bunch of time. What is your favorite snack at the movies? Okay, calm it down. Andrew says, did you know Ivan is just John in Russian? Really? Okay. Wow, I'll take your word for it. That's awesome. I like the name Ivan. But, okay, so first off, they don't use underage cheetahs, Ivan the Truthful, or so-called. And I've had that. It's so good. But why didn't they use the eagles? Okay, there's a theory there, I think. There's a video titled Why They Didn't Use the Eagles, and it's like, Sauron sees them and like instantly beats them up. But aside from that, there wouldn't be a story. I mean, otherwise, like we wouldn't talk about how great Lord of the Ring was if it was, oh, we got the ring, so we rode an eagle, threw it into a volcano, and then we saved the world. That wouldn't make it. So I think they should have. They could have, saved themselves a lot of heartache, but there you go. And I would agree. It would have saved a bunch of time, Ivan. But what is my favorite snack at the movies? Licorice. Easily licorice. I do not like popcorn. Y'all, if we go to the movies and you buy me popcorn, I'll know you're not really my friend because I am all about licorice. Okay. Thank you, Ivan. All right, number 11. Super Trooper. I like the spelling on that. What is your favorite kind of soup and your least favorite kind as well? Soup in general? I mean, like one of the best comedians I heard, so I'm not trying to just, steal it, but he said that soup is just the watered down version of every food, so it's not the best of anything. And I'm more inclined to agree with that. But, okay, my favorite kind of soup, I think it would be my family's homemade cheese soup recipe. You get that in like a bread bowl from Panera Bread, and oh gosh, it is just amazing. What's up, John? Thank you for the life, Sensei. I appreciate it. But my least favorite kind of soup, anything with more vegetables than meat. And Andrew says, Kürbis soup or Spargel soup should be on the list. Oh, yeah. Spargel soup. If y'all don't know, that is white asparagus soup that they make in Germany, and you can only get it for a limited time each year, and so it is phenomenal. But cheese soup still beats it every time. But and Anna says she made that last night for dinner. You go, Anna. Yeah, you go. You treat them well. All right, and the last one I have for now is from Tony, and they're asking for advice. What has been the silver lining for you for 2020, and what you're most looking forward to in 2021? That's a deep question. Uh, what's been the silver lining for me in 2020? All my side projects are going pretty well. I'm not gonna spoil them because I'm working on them in 2021. But so I can also give you guys something. I just got my final grades for my fall semester and I got all A's. So that definitely is the silver lining for me. And what I'm looking forward to the most in 2021, just continuing to work and see the beautiful world God has made. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you very much. And you guys, please tell me, what are you looking forward to in 2021? Because next week is Christmas, so we're not going to be doing Ask Life Sensei. And the week after that is New Year's. So in between, I might just pop on for a stream and do something like we're making chocolate covered peanut butter balls. So I might do a stream like that. Oh, and then my brother is asking me, what about my nephew? What about him? He's not born yet. I'm really excited for when he's born so that way I can meet him. And yes, I'm also excited for when we can finally go outside without having to worry about masks. But until then, you guys, thank you for tuning in with me today. I really appreciate it. And I am looking forward to seeing you all next time. So thank you so much. And I will see y'all in the new year. Merry Christmas.